Anything you want to say?
How you doing?
Yeah. Good. I mean, I had a great summer. Yeah. So the last time I did a show, you're right, was with you. It was on the eve of the World Club Cup final,
Right.
against PSG.
That's correct. No. It's cool.
No.
It's like,
Do you know what? Right? I remember saying to you, congratulations being the best team in England, and you were.
Yes.
I've not heard the best being. No, I've not heard it yet. Why are you being so nasty?
No, I'm not being nasty. I'm like, look, congratulations on winning a very competitive pre-season tournament.
That's terrible, mate. That's terrible.
I'll just break down the details. Congratulations on winning a very competitive pre-season tournament.
Oh, it's terrible.
No, you don't like that?
No, I just want to congratulate being world champions.
That's I said this. No? Okay. No? But you gave them no hope. Do you not remember?
I remember saying, I said, we've got to bring a Ray game.
You said,
You've got to bring a Ray game. We did.
No, you did. No, listen. Look, all jokes aside, whatever tournament you're in, it doesn't matter if it's a grassroots or a pre-season tournament, you want to go and win it.
You want to win it.
And Chelsea won it and won it very, very well.
Yeah.
Like Cole Palmer, he is something special.
Okay, look, we're going to talk about Chelsea later in the show. We've got Kwaku Afari. He's going to join us. But that goes to show, actually, we are capable of giving it to the big dogs.
But you've always been that, though. You was always capable.
Recently.
No, don't do this. See, what you Chelsea, and especially you, but what you Chelsea, fans were like...
Still not congratulations on being World Club champions.
I said congratulations on winning a competitive pre-season tournament.
Can't do it, can you?
I'm just saying.
I said congratulations on being the best.
If you won it, congratulations on being your world champions.
Oh, that's very kind.
You're so welcome.
How long does it take him?
You're so welcome.
8.5 minutes.
So you are so welcome. But what it was, up until December, late December, you had a chance to go top of the league.
We did.
So you was playing well. So you always had the ability to turn up when you turned up. That hasn't changed. Even now, if Chelsea turns up, they're a problem. But to be able to win, you have to be consistent.
Yep.
So that's the thing. So if Chelsea turns up, they're a problem for any team. I don't care what anybody says. And they show that against PSG. But it's just how consistent. And consistency is what wins the big trophies, not just the pre-season tournament.
There we go. Didn't last long. It didn't last long. But you're well. How's your summer been?
It's been very well, to be fair. You have, the Celebrity SAS is out.
Oh, wowzers.
Yeah.
So it's out now?
It's out now.
Where can we watch it?
Channel 4, Sundays and Mondays.
So when did it start?
Started last week. That was the first episode. And people would have saw that,
and you feature heavily in it, do you?
Yeah, boy, listen, the crazy thing is, anybody that knows me, I'm scared of heights and I don't like water.
Right.
And it was heights and water was the whole thing.
Because you're obviously you're a unit, right?
Yeah, I'm not a small guy. I like the way you did that.
No, I know, but sometimes you see like big guys and they're scared of certain things.
Yeah,
was that your?
Oh my! Listen, if you didn't see the episode, it was me and Troy, and we had to kind of we had to do like the press ups on a mountain cliff. It didn't show how literally inside I was hella crying. Nah, man. Listen, I tell the world I'm scared.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, mate. I'm scared of heights. I don't like.
Yeah, man, and water.
I don't like the sea.
Oh, but we're the same.
When you say the water, you mean what you can swim in up to waist high.
I'm not a great swimmer. No, I think in my whole career I did one ice bucket, just one.
Just
one. I was on trial because I had to try and get a contract. But as soon as I got my contract and they said, you got to go in the ice bucket. No, not me. I'm a tropical brother. I can't deal with water like that.
The condiment of getting... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the swim. But listen, as always, good to have alongside me, mate. It's always a bundle of fun. Let's talk about your club's involved in it very much. There's that love triangle that's going on at the moment between Man United, Newcastle and Liverpool. It did feel as though Šeško was to go to Newcastle. That inevitably would allow Isak to go to Liverpool, but it feels as though that door is kind of not been shut, but it's not as open as it would have been, right?
I actually think Newcastle have to be stubborn. If they don't bring in anybody, because look, I think the knock-on effect, again, I do think that to keep your best player and not play him, and already it seems like, look, I can't talk for the fans, it's just what I've seen on social media, where they, not liking how Isak's gone on. So can he come back if he has to stay? Can he come back from him saying he wants to leave? That's one element. the second element, as Newcastle are still going for all fronts, they're in Champions League, and if they don't bring in somebody, you then can't. Literally, you can't let Isak go. You know, as Eddie Howe's got to be, but I've got to rather have him in the building than let him go. So, look, I would have preferred Sesko going to Newcastle, because then at least he would have said, we brought in a replacement. But as it looks like now, you know, I know Jackson's been linked with them, but if they don't bring in a striker, I can't see Isak leaving.
What next for Newcastle? What a disaster of a summer it's been so far for the Magpies. talkSPORT understands that RB likes it. For Benjamin Sesko, favours a move for Manchester United this summer instead of joining Newcastle. He reached full agreement with United on personal terms, apparently, and we expect to make the move to Old Trafford as early as next week. talkSPORT chief football correspondent Alex Crook joined Adebayo and Simon Jordan earlier today and said that Newcastle have accepted defeat in the race for Sesko.
Well, the latest is pretty grim reading, I think, for Newcastle fans. We reported yesterday Manchester United had finally come to the table with a rival bid to Newcastle's offer, actually worth slightly less than what Newcastle are prepared to pay, €75 million plus €10 million in add-ons. And I think once this offer went in, Newcastle fans feared the worst, because the brief coming out of Old Trafford, excuse me, was that Manchester United would only bid once they got buy-in from the player. And I've been told this morning Newcastle pretty resigned now to the fact that Sesko only wants to join Manchester United. No agreement between the two clubs yet, but they're working on that. But I'm told Newcastle will move on to alternative targets. Another blow for Eddie Howe. There's been a few deals that got a long way down the line that Newcastle haven't quite been able to pull off this summer.
Yeah, that was Alex Crook explaining the situation there. And it's becoming increasingly harder now for Newcastle, because once they've gone for so many different types of striker or different strikers, they're now starting to mix with the players they probably didn't really want. You know, there's been a lot of strikers there. We've seen Zhao that joined Chelsea. We've seen Delap. We've seen Mbuemo. We've now seen Ekatike. There's been, you know, they're now, that list is getting shorter and shorter.
And you know, outside looking in, I think the way Newcastle's run, the manager, the fans, them from winning their first trophy last season, I don't understand how this is gone from such a successful season last season to all of a sudden it's seeming like nobody wants to play foot or not. You know what I mean? They're not getting their targets. It's, to be fair, it's come out the blue, and I'm actually curious to see or reason why this has happened, because now it will get to that, I won't say desperate, but you never want to get to a point where you're just filling a spot. You know, Eddie Howe would have had his targets, and now down the list. And listen, sometimes, you know, you have a short list of 5 players and you don't get them. But at this junction now, it looks like he's going to his 10th choice. And that, for me, is where the worry should be for Newcastle or everybody involved in Newcastle.
There is some talkSPORT breaking news here.
talkSPORT breaking news.
My old mucker, Andy Goldstein, has only gone through to the next round. He's gone through, he's won 8-4. Congratulations to him, by the way. He was outstanding. And we're going to be speaking to him a little bit later on in the show. That's terrible.
Oh, wow.
Terrible.
Big up Andy, brother. Big up Andy.
No, he's done exceptionally well. Well done him, by the way. And he played. I watched his game earlier today. He played really well in the opening exchange. He's done really well. Missed the final 7 or 8 racks, but exceptional stuff from him. So well done. We'll get him on the show a little bit later on. And he's going to be full of it. Anyone knows Andy Goldstein, he will be absolutely full of it. Do you know what? Why not as well? Because he's done it exceptionally well. We're going to stick with Newcastle. I'd love to hear from Newcastle fans on your thoughts. And it does feel as though, even though you've got Champions League football, you are not mixed. You're not one of the big dogs, unfortunately. And this is, it's hard to take, I'm sure. But when you look at teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United, you know, other teams that historically have had more success recently as well in the game than Newcastle, even though they're a big club, but they're not a big dog.
No, I get what you're saying. I think, listen, I think there is levels to it. They are big dogs, but then there's bigger dogs.
There's bigger dogs.
You know what I'm saying?
What are they? What, they're not a Doberman or a Great They're not a Great Dane, are they?
No,
what are they?
They're like
Labrador.
Labradors. Are they small with them? I don't really know the dog types. You know what I'm saying? I know the big Rottweilers and that.
It's not a Scooby Doo. It's a Scrappy Doo.
You said that. Newcastle fans, don't let him say this about your team out here. Call up and let him have it. You get what I'm saying?
Scrappy. all mouth, all fart and no poo.
Oh, jeez. You want all the smoke.
But the reality is, Eddie Howe, and look, there's plenty of time for the window. It's still open. There's still time. But unfortunately, the numbers are dwindling. 03717223344. Taking your calls about Newcastle. Can you really call yourself an elite club when you're getting bullied again by the big dogs? And also, the players don't want to join you. Why?
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.